That's embarrassing. Okay, so caption should be working okay now. Excellent. That would have been embarrassing if I'd left that muted. So we've got that. Gonna need collector limpets. Want to store these ones though. Yeah, we'll store both of those. Gonna need to store that and that. Right. So we're gonna need some hatch breaker limpets. So there's a hatch breaker limpet controller, but we'll have to stick it in there. And we're going to want a couple of our shield cell banks, at least another one, because we're going to get ourselves into a bit of trouble and we'll need the shields. So there's some shield cell banks. It's just, yeah, that's one we want. Okay, so we are also going to need our fighter bay, because I'm going to need the fighters to distract ships. Keep me out of trouble as long as possible. Ah, right. Manifest scanner. While we're here, we will want to kill Warren. If I want to keep the high shields, that means I'm not going to have heat sinks, which shouldn't be a problem in an anarchy system because I don't think the system security will scam me. So I shouldn't need heat sinks to go silent running when I'm in or to keep silent running more correctly while I'm trying to dock at a station. Though we might just do that anyway, just to be safe. So where's my fighter bay? Because I rather want Buford with me on this one. Be nice to have a way of sorting these. Right, so the other thing is I could need a recon limpet controller. Now, I don't actually know if I have a recon limpet controller. I don't think I've ever bought one. Got research limpets, but those are for alien ships. And this is not going to be alien ships. I'm not tangling with the Fargoids today. I'm also going to need a frame shift interdictor. So this is going to be part of the issue, is fitting in all the kit. So we are just going to, okay, no active crew. Let's sort that now because it's also easy. Last build I was doing some mining, and as a result, as I was in a relatively safe spot, I didn't have a fighter base, so I could have more cargo space, which gets problematic because you put your fighter bay back in, and if you forget that, then what happens is you end up leaving your pilot behind and you try and deploy a fighter and you've got no one to go in it. Right. So, this is the system we're going to be going to. We've got res sites, stations with black markets and large pads. Some stuff is quite a distance away, so we'll probably be mainly around here, hopefully. Now, Given the distance, I shouldn't need a fuel scoop. So let's see where we are with the outfitting. One empty compartment so far. And right now I want a frame shift interdictor, and I want the ability to do recon limpets. Right, well, we're misbehaving this evening, so I'm not going to be able to take those. Right, so let's go get the frame shift interdictor. I do certainly want that. Frame shift wake scanner, don't need those. Guardian frame shift booster. Frame shift interdictor, there it is. So we'll put that in one of those. Right. Let's just check something. Oh, I've got to come out. Okay. Have I scanned this system before? Because if I've scanned this system before, I don't need a detailed surface scanner necessarily. I'd like to take it. Okay, so system is showing only first mapped. Although that would be profitable. We'll focus on the mischief making and not worry about the rescue kit as well. So we won't be robbing someone we've just rescued. Bit of a pity, but there we go. The repair limpets, but no recon limpets. Okay, so we'll put the recon limpets in there. And we'll try some hacking of mega ships. That leaves us with that. So let's see if maybe we can put some kind of passenger cabin in there. So that I can perhaps 60 passenger business class. That'll do. Right. So the only thing we should be missing from here is the recon limpets. Now we're running quite hot on the power. So we'll have to be careful about changing any of the weapons around. Let's see if we can find the efficient weapons. See if we can find my turreted burst lasers. Okay. Must have missed them. Multi-cannons, here we go. Right. So let's see, are these less of a power draw? Yes, they are. So actually, I'm going to swap that one round, and we'll have the turreted burst lasers on top. So we do a swap, and we can move it to one of those two positions. Just going to check the stats on the stream, make sure that looks good. Okay, so we've had a bit of lag, but looking okay. Push inspector, tell me. Push inspector says we're stable. Okay, we'll carry on. Hopefully this will be alright. So let's go back to our stored. Find my burst lasers again. Where are they? Beam lasers. Getting closer. There they are. Okay, so we want to put that in that one. So that will... Now the damage from this... Damage is 125 from a single shot. Now I've got two class 2s. Which might do quite nicely. There'll be a fair ways down because you're in a class 2 plasma accelerator. 54.3, so the two of them together are not quite as devastating as the large, but they're not bad. Okay, so we'll move these onto the ship as well, and we'll put these where some of the mining tools are. Yeah, my frames per second aren't dropping. Oh. Well, that's infuriating. I may have to stop and restart OBS, which will be annoying. But we're getting some frames missed due to rendering. I don't like that. Not sure why we're getting that, and that hasn't happened before. Okay, well, for the moment we'll just finish this and see if this settles down. If not, I'll have to stop and restart the stream. Right, where's the other plasma accelerator? We'll put that in there. Right, so that's the plasmas. We got the turreted burst lasers. So what we're going to do is put multi-cannons on the bottom, which will be gimbaled. So we probably want the corrosive. Actually, no. If the 4 is corrosive, we're going to want the oversized, because that'll do a base of 5 damage. Although multi-cannon shoots pretty fast, so we'll put that there. Right, I'm going to have to stop and restart the stream, I think, in a minute. I'm not. Yeah, that's spiking. We're getting lag. That's a shame. I'm not sure why, but it's causing the FPS to drop, and I normally have a stable 30 FPS. Okay, well, Twitch Inspector is saying it's stable. Okay, we'll reset that and we'll see what it does. I don't really want to stop and restart the stream, but there we go. Oh, yeah, corrosive. Let's look at the modifications. That does 5.9, so those two should go quite well together. And that should also bring my power down. Okay. Right, so let's just make sure that we don't have any modules empty other than a slot to put recon limpets in, which we are going to have to go and acquire. Utility, I have my manifest scanner. Alright, so we can do all of the key bindings now. And I need to sort my powers out. So go through and change a few of these. So that if someone does actually manage to shoot out my power plant, I'm still maneuverable. Okay, that all looks good. So, fire groups. We're going to want all the burst lasers and the multi-cannons along with the kill warrant scanner, and we're going to want the manifest scanner as well. Then we want the plasmas on secondary fire there. Then we may as well have our discovery scanner, detailed surface scanner as normal. Frame shift interdictor and discovery scanner can go there. Don't need that. Don't need that. But do need those. We've not got the recon limpets yet, so we'll have to set something up for those as well. Okay. Right, the stream seems to be holding relatively stable. Right. So, for the moment, we will carry on as we are. Right. So I don't want to really mess around too much trying to find the recon limpet controller. So we will go to Shimrata Desra. The system that you either have had to have been a Kickstarter backer or hold an elite rank. I wasn't a Kickstarter backer, but I do hold an elite rank. So we will head there to get the recon limpets, and after that we'll go to our target anarchy system and we will play around with a bit of misbehavior in there. we go.
Docking restraint retracted. You may exit the exclusion zone.
And so we're leaving at night time. Or how far below the horizon SilmarUK is. Okay. So we're going to have to super cruise up here. And it's going to be 3 jumps. Oh. First we jump to super cruise.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Still getting a few drop frames, but not as bad as it was before, so I think we'll be alright. So I just got to pull away from the planet. I do 3 look. We're already... Oh, you can just see it in the side window there, but night time, so it's not as spectacular as it can be. Right. Sorry, I'm looking at this frames missed due to rendering lag. I'm not happy with it. Getting little spikes. Okay. Right, so we should be able to start our first jump.
Frameshift drive charging.
There we go.
Four, three, two,
Just make sure the bots are in place. Right. How many limpets am I carrying out of interest? Almost too many. We'll want to drop some of them off at SilmarUK Desra. The lighting changes since 3.3 really are something. Oops. Had the wrong thing targeted. I had the star targeted. Not next system.
frameshift drive charging.
Right.
Four, three, two, one.
So fortunately we won't run out of fuel on the way. When I was on the galaxy map, the line was solid. Didn't turn into a dash line at any point. Aha! For me, this system is unexplored. Which means that there's the potential to make a bit of exploration money. So what I like to do at this point is just check the system map. See if there's any potential high value bodies in the system, which unfortunately there isn't really. So we want to keep our spectrum scanner Okay, so those are asteroids, so we want to have that higher. Okay. That's giants. These are probably moons. There we go. Okay, so we've got something here. Going to be another moon. Just check over here. Nothing there. Now we just move along. Okay, those are signal sources. I'm not interested in those. There's another. Yeah. No, not interested. There we go. Got ourselves a nice gas giant. Following the arrows. There we. So these will probably, see all those arrows appearing to start to get in. It's telling me I'm getting close to the what these bodies are. That looks very sort of pebbly. Looks quite interesting. Geological 18. So icy bodies. Hear the ice cracking in the sound if you listen carefully. Very cool sound design. Very cool. Okay, there's another one. Line it up. Thank you. There are lots of geological signals on here. Interesting. Yeah, an awful lot of geological signals on there. It's 47. So okay. There one? No, not anything there. Arrows appearing as I scan through the planets, which is an indication that these are not planets. So we have something here. There we go, gas planet. Again, no arrows, so that's telling me these are signal sources, which I'm not interested in. Let's just scan through here, make sure there's not another body really close. No, doesn't look like it. Those are signal sources, not interested in those. Okay, we got something else here. There. Probably just that. We got 82% of the system mapped. Means the rest of the things, you see the arrows start to appear, will be the moons of this gas giant. And we got one over here. I can just follow the arrows. And the arrows bring me down there. Start to get used to this, it gets significantly quicker. Right. So what I tend to find is if something's going to be a signal source, it has the dots in it already. But if something's actually going to be a planetary body of some kind, it'll be showing just as the blue dot.
System scan complete.
Okay, we've scanned the system. So, we can come out of the FSS and proceed on to the next system. Seems to be a bug introduced with today's patch, getting continuous asteroids spamming, which is a problem because that is very annoying. So, Shinrata Desra, home of the Pilots Federation. Okay. Well, that's extremely annoying. Jameson's Memorial. So it's entirely possible I'm going to have to log back to the login screen just to clear that. Okay, that's going to really annoy me. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to drop back to the login screen, log back into this private group, and see if that clears that spam. Because that is incredibly annoying, and I'm not actually going to be wanting to play for that long if that's what's going to be happening all day. So we'll just drop back into the private group and hope that the asteroid belt discovery spam has cleared. So we should have generated Jameson Memorial. There we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
So let's go get our recon limpet so that we can go and hack megaships. So as standard when we're in any system, just want to keep an eye on the sensor as well. The ships appear, just cycle through the ships, scan them, pick up some data like in that case. But also useful, particularly if a ship's behind you, to try and figure out if it's a pirate, or if you're breaking the law as I intend to later on, potentially a system authority ship that's after you, or a bounty hunter maybe. So okay, so we come up on Jameson's Memorial. Yeah. Ooh, mega ship. Gonna leave that alone until we get to an anarchy system. As I say, tonight I want to play around with some more of the unsavoury mischief style stuff you can do in Elite. and hence go into an anarchy system so that we don't start attracting larger numbers of fines and even bounties. Okay, so we're approaching from the side, so we just want to line up a bit better if we can. We need to start flying under. We can start bringing the nose up and it starts to spin the station round so that we can better line up with the docking ball. Okay, that's much better. So we'll drop here and we automatically come in.
Lacey Tango Hotel Echo. We are happy to have you, Commander. Please note that all station services are at your disposal. Permission authorized. Please head directly for Bay 24.
Little side thrust, just a little bit too much, so counter that. Right, headquarters of the Pilots Federation, Shimra to Desra.
Landing gear deployed. And departure.
Main thing here is the shipyard has every ship in the game, the outfitting has every module. So, if you have access, it's a great place to come to fit your ships.
Line crew dispatched. Station services are at your disposal.
And we'll just refuel, keep the ship in tip-top condition. Outfitting. Right, so we want a recon limpet controller. We've left an empty compartment for it, so we can now go and browse the shop. Browse the shop. Recon limpets. Looks like they only come in 3E. Okay, so what's the difference then? Ah, hacking time. So you can only have one, but that's quicker. Right. Oh, and a slightly longer active range. Well, there's no sense skimping. I've got both the power spare and I've got plenty of cash. So just for the sake of completeness, we just want to switch this from a 1 to a 2. So it's not really a problem. In terms of which fire group to put it on, we'll put it there. Okay, so now we need to target our chosen anarchy system, which is this one. Plot us our routes. That's cool. Okay. So I think it was 4 jumps. Oh, 3 jumps. Cool. Right. We'll get there and we'll start having some fun.
Access to docking facilities requires frequent action.
Ship uncoupled. Exit station quickly and safely.
Landing gear retracted.
Don't really want to fall directly foul of the Pilots Federation themselves, so I'm just being cautious around that adder. I could easily swat it aside and be responsible for it blowing up. Right. So, we're on our way. So, this seems to be a system I know. Just check, yeah, 100% mapped. There's our next system. Beautiful reddish glow, golden, really golden glow maybe, in the system from reflecting off the star there. Next stop is a red dwarf. We may as well come out of analysis mode as well right now. Actually no, don't think I've mapped the next system from what it says there, down in the bottom left hand corner, so some easy creds to be made. A few easy credits from a quick bit of exploration scanning. Right, so take care of this. Still haven't dropped any limpets off. Interesting. Okay, so compromised navigation beacon. Those are a nice bit of fun. Yeah, okay. So we'll keep that. That's already showing, so that's going to be a signal source. For that one, there we go. Gas giant on its own. We've got some more bodies. Got some signal sources on here. That's why it's taking a while to scan. Not sure if that means it's more money. Suppose we should try and find that out. That should be a signal source because it was already dotted line. Yep, okay. And we got a couple over here, which got arrows, so that indicated that they were potentially interested. Another one there. And we got something here. Okay. So we just carry on down the orbit line. Looking for... Oh, yeah, sorry. Hadn't zoomed far enough out. Making sure there's nothing there. Oh, yeah, gas giant, I think. There we go. Got a couple of other detections. The arrows start to appear as I get closer to the small planets and moons. Oh, let's let that finish scanning. Right. So we're getting asteroids stuff again, which is really frustrating. That's not a good bug. I'm sure Frontier will get around to fixing it pretty quickly, but yeah. Something here. So we're going to have to do a log out, log back in again. Just so we can get rid of that spam. What we got here then? It's gas giant like. Right. So we got that there. That's telling me that we got various planetary bodies here. See, the arrows start to point me as I get closer. So there's actually quite a lot to the FSS, all of which is designed to try and make it as easy as possible to use it effectively. Start to get used to it. It really does work very well. So those arrows are telling me straight away gas giant I got dialed in where it was. So these are going to be moons of that gas giant, I would assume. Unfortunately, I suspect that Frontier will not get a patch out for this bug today. It'll have to wait till tomorrow when the full team are back in the office. Bit frustrating, but there we go. Once we get to the Anarchy system, even if this does appear, what we'll be able to do is just log out and be back in the once, and that should sort it. Seems to be related to if you've done a scan. So these are going to be, yeah. Oh, another one. There it is. So there. And these are all other bodies. Hello. Morning. I suspect it's evening unless you're out of the country for some reason. Lovely to see you, by the way. True, it is indeed morning somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where that would be, but you are indeed correct. Just like this finished scanning the surface. We've got a little bit of a bug this evening. There's after you scan for asteroid class scanner system, you're getting continuously the asteroid alert. I know a temporary fix for it, but just at the moment I'm just having to put up with it while it spams that it's saying found the same few asteroid clusters one after another. Bit frustrating, but there we go. Not interested in those. It's going to be signal sources, but this one won't be. Alright, there's the gas giant. Okay, yeah, it seems to start when you use your discovery scanner, I think, or at least that's what I've noticed. And I had to log back to the main menu and log back in again, and that cleared it, which was frustrating to say the least. Not interested in those. Those are signal sources. We have a planetary body of some kind there.
System scan complete.
Okay, cool. So, come out of there. Next system en route. How far have you got with the game now that you have returned? How's it going? There's our Anarchy system that I have chosen.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay, if you're close to a body, you will automatically discover it, so that would also explain that. Also, if you use your discovery scanner, you discover it all as well, so looks like either of them can trigger it, which is a bit frustrating. Okay, yeah, so at this point I'm going to scan the system to make sure that there's ain't more. Right, so I'm just going to log out and log back in again. There we go. And voila. All quiet, thankfully. Right, so we're going to try some stuff in an Anarchy system to begin with. See what mischief we can get up to in here. So I'm in normal space at the moment. I need to get back into Super Cruise.
Charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
So before I get too trigger happy, I want to come and land at Morgan Station so that I've got a respawn point in this system. Because otherwise, if things go really wrong, I'll find myself back at Shinra Desra where I last docked, which would be frustrating. So Morgan Station first. Of major importance. Perhaps they were, you know. Perhaps you you found a clue to the location of Raxler or something like that. So just scanning these systems to see ships as they come in. Because in both cases there I got a little bit of data off them. Always useful. We are coincidentally almost perfectly lined up, which is great. do like it when it lines up like this. It lied. That wasn't perfectly lined up.
Delay Tango, Hotel, Echo. Good to see you, Commander. Throttle down and commencement docking. Access permitted. Lock route for approach to landing pad 17.
So, your station is under the control of the Reavers, who are also the controlling faction in this system. As they are an anarchy faction, the system becomes an anarchy. And if you've ever noticed the messages when you fly into some stations, particularly the Imperial ones, here, although you may not be able to see it very well because of the sun, never surrender and rise up now. It will let you know you're in a place where the rule of law does not really apply.
Landing gear deployed.
So, right.
Touchdown. Deactivating docking systems. Welcome to the station, Commander.
Let's make sure we're all repaired. I can afford to lose some of my ample supply of limpets. Just see if there's any interesting missions in here. Disappointingly, all bit of the old bounty hunting. Oh, this bit's all fairly sedate. Not in this system, which is what I want to do. Yeah, they're in war, so I'm looking for things to do here. I don't want to do combat zones this evening. So nothing there. Okay. There's a bit of a lack of things there. See if we've got any of these that are any interest. Not a surprise. I mean, I don't have very high reputation with these factions. They're not offering me the good stuff. Okay, so the basic plan therefore is to fly out and see what we can find in signal sources. Maybe look for ships that could be transporting low temperature diamonds and take their diamonds off of them, and other forms of mischief.
Ship is released. Take care when leaving the station.
So even though this is an anarchy station, if I run a ship down and blow it up, this station will take me out. Ah, cool.
Frame shift charge detected.
Yeah, that's where we start. Little trade runs.
Frame shift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Right, so now that we are in Super Cruise, we want to look initially to see, are there any mega ships in this system? Not looking like it. But we've got res zones, we can have some fun there. Slow Moon Gardens? No idea what that is. That doesn't look like a megaship. Collective Clarity Hub. Well, we'll take a look at them. They look like installations. Okay, we got some surface bases, some installations, no mega ships. But there's some things that we can go and look at. Ah, yes. Yes, I did my dishes earlier on. The Guild Wars 2-bit sounds fun though. So what I'm just going to do here is... Oh, okay. This is where it's going to get annoying, I think. Because this is where it might start the asteroid spam again. But I've got to find the signal sources. No asteroid spam yet. Okay. Maybe it's just proximity that triggers it. So, there are 138 signals detected, of which 52 are bodies. So there's plenty of signal sources. Signal sources will be down here. Okay. Wondering if any will appear here. No. So, to be honest with you, Degrade of the Mission 0 is probably not going to be particularly exciting. Threat Free could be fun. There could be merchants in there that we can rob. So we got a few degraded threat frees. The distress call. Oh, cool. Sounds like you had some good purchases then, hopefully. Right. Not an awful lot of signal sources showing up at the moment. So there's a lot of resource extraction zones, and that probably makes up a good number of the 138 by the looks of it. Okay. Got any more? Oh well, that's a little disappointing. Right. So, the other thing we want to do is see if we may have targets for a little impromptu customs inspection. That just dropped off. Great Phantom. We'll start with a... Okay, so what I can do now is I can look at the sub-targets. No refinery, no mining lasers, not a miner, and therefore not... yeah, Boot Brigade won the battle they were in. Quite handily. And so now it's preparing for the next part of the campaign, which will hopefully be us fighting with She Silver State themselves, as they're the ones that have got the station we want. But in the meantime, we were forced to fight another faction who we beat soundly into the ground. So if we can find any of those degraded emissions. So all those emissions are a little way away. Okay, so they're all way away. Right. Don't want to travel over there right away to begin with, so let's just set my filters to remove the asteroid clusters. And let's drop into a red zone. Let's see if any of these miners have found something we want, or if any of the pirates have got something we want. Oh. So we'll drop in and we'll start scanning stuff. As we're being a bit of a criminal tonight, I'm more interested in what they might have in their hold than I am with any bounty on them. A hauler. You could be interesting. Okay. And no refinery. No refinery means no low temperature diamonds. Joe pineapples. And again, not a miner. So I'll drop into the res. So this in a ring that we're dropping into. Right, let's just come to a halt before I do crash into the ring. I just want to see what might be found in this inner ring. So it's metal rich, so there won't be any panite and that there, but there might still be some stuff we want to take. And it'll be interesting to see whether or not the miners in here are generated with stuff that they could have mined here, or generated with stuff by random. Okay. Yeah. You should out there?
Copy. Deploying the fighter.
Right. So,
SOS is online. Standing by.
we start looking at all of this lot. So Joby's a pirate. Slaves. Okay. Let's see if the other two are carrying anything. That's a good point. We'll have to take a look at the Ori for the system in a little bit. Not carrying any cargo.
Scan detected.
Not carrying any cargo. Looks like there might be a disagreement between pirates. Oh, a Type 7 transporter. Now they could be carrying something much more interesting. The silver's not bad, but Joby's slaves are worth more. So, Joby's our target of choice, and he's under attack, so potentially Joby will not be able to stop us doing this. Oh, and we got some slaves. Let us rescue the slaves. Right. So right now I need to collect the little bit that I was able to secure from Joby. Now this is quite a busy high res, so that means I'm taking a risk. Because the other pirates may yeah, they are indeed in a sealed environment, so they will survive this. But I'm being very humanitarian by picking them up. Right, we got someone. There will be consequences for your theft. You're welcome to try. Ooh, anaconda. What? No. No, I am not collecting fillings for pies. I am not going to feed them to Fargoids. Nitroglycerine. Well, that's quite a name. What are you carrying in your hold? Because you're going to have a go at me, so I'm going to have a go at you.
Scan detected.
Okay, nothing that's actually worth my time trying to take off of you. So, would you like to issue the customary threat? Good. Got my fire groups wrong. Yeah. Need the multi-cannons. It's going quite well.
Shields are down. I need covering fire. Hull is critical. I can't take any more hits, Commander. Sky
Wow.
is clear. No more targets.
My fighter almost went. And Halden Boyce is issuing threats. There was another anaconda. Oh dear. Are you sure you want to do this? Where's the highest threats? Howden Bryce is in Sidewinder.
Looks like we got a runner, Commander. Let's take them out before they jump. Numerous enemies to choose from, Commander. Let's make our shots count.
Ah. Right. Start in the power plants. Back up. Start going forward because he's so far away. Scan. I think we need a shield cell. Well, he just tried to ram me and lost most of his shields. Right, we need to start backing up. And I want to get a bit closer. And back up again. Right.
Looks like we got him. I'm not picking up any more threats on my scanner.
Okay, so lots of materials, of which we might not need any. But we'll deploy a collector and see if it goes and picks anything up. Oh, you see something? Cool. The killback. Where's the killback? Okay, they're too far away to scan properly. But we can see they have a mining laser. Oh, we won't get to them. They'll be gone. All the Type 6. Hello, Type 6. Seem to be out of the way of the action. You seem to have a mining laser. And a refinery. What are the cats up to?
Scan detected.
Okay, we got someone else scanning me now. Gonna have to put on hold. I plan to go and have a look at that Type 6. Right. Yeah, your cargo of beer is not going to save you. Hi. Are we saying that the cats are not aware of the fact it gets colder at night yet? Ooh. Oh, there's some nice materials.
linted drone. Programming linted drone.
Okay, so you're that type 6.
Cargo scope retracted.
So I'm going to want to get close to this ship before I scan it, because when I scan it, they're going to realise what's afoot. Would help if I wasn't still going in reverse, and they'll start to run. True, I'm sure they've experienced winter temperatures and night time before, yes. But, you know, kitties, they're cute. Got another miner up there, just see his mining laser. Okay, so Buford is mainly flying on shields at the moment. So, we now scan. We need to assess the cargo quickly. Yeah, gold, but no, there's no low temperature diamonds or anything. It's a bit disappointing, really. Okay, so let's focus on the center of the res. Let's go if we can see any more profitable pilots. So we'll do this just for a little bit more. I suspect I'm not going to find anything like low temperature diamonds in a res site. I think to get the low temperature diamonds I'm going to have to be interdicting ships that are in super cruise. Elite Sidewinder. Run the scans. Coal tank. Not interested. Problem with back markets is you only get 75% the value of what you stole, which means that you want really valuable minerals to sell, or metals. So we'll boost around a bit, see if we can find any other ships that might be worth robbing. Well, someone's out there. Oh. A previously unscanned Type 7. He was somewhere this way before they dropped off my sensor. Let's see if we can reacquire them. We'll hopefully be down here. Yep, there they are. Looks like they've got an escort ship, which is an Eagle, which is no problem at all. There they are, on the other side of this rock. There's the escort. There's the target. So, yeah, they're carrying silver. It's only going to be 3,000 a ton after I pay the fence their cut. So, alright, let's get Buford in.
Commencing recovery, Commander. Stand by.
Let's get Buford in and let's go look for something more profitable in the system. Oh, the cats definitely wanted in, didn't they? Right, so
Fighters back in the hold. Running a diagnostic scan on the damage now, Commander.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
right, I'm going to start hunting ships in Super Cruise. Although it does take a moment for the system to start populating with them. We are looking to see if we cannot find low temperature diamonds. Then we'll head out to if we fly towards the nav beacon or some such. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're very close to the planet, so we're slowing down quite a bit. I'm definitely getting spikes of lag. That's unusual. There has been a patch today though, so we're picking up speed now. I like it. Right, so an eagle. Not very likely to be a miner. So I head back into the inner system. And keep an eye out for profitable opportunities. It's pretty. Alliance Crusader. Unlikely to be a miner. Federal Agent will not be a miner. Nor will a Viper Mark III. Now a Dolphin won't be a miner, but they might be worth robbing. Asp Explorer could well be a miner. Fair enough, have good luck with the dishes. Let's just see what equipment they've got on this ship. They've got mining lasers, right. See if we can't get a contribution. Want to line up our FSD interdictor, but we've got to be behind them. There we go. Alright, let's see if we can catch him. Think we're going to get them?
Hull integrity compromised.
Right. So, we need to go after them, and we need to fire.
England the drone.
So the aim is to get their attention, get them angry. Now they're not running, I can scan them. And now we can find out whether or not this is actually worthwhile. Yes, it is. Right. So back to the hatch breaker.
Target cargo dropped.
Right. Oh, they've got a few.
Engaged.
So I need to be very particular here with my weapons, and I haven't got this set up. So just trying to do this really quickly. That.
Target cargo dropped.
Right. I'm never going to catch them now, so I fluffed that a little bit, but not by much.
Cargo scoop deployed. Frame shift charge detected.
So,
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
let's pick up some of these diamonds. So I need to reorganize these a little bit. It's just to keep their interest. Hopefully we can snag these low temperature diamonds. Gotta keep moving towards where they are. So that as they get in range, my collector starts to move out to get them. Still 3 more out there. Well, that didn't sound good. Okay. The 4 tons of stolen diamonds and 2 tons of stolen slaves so far. Hopefully another ton of stolen diamonds on their way. And a bit closer here. Looks like the collector's on its way back. Slow down. Excellent.
Cargo scoop retracted.
So in terms of things like mining void opals,
Frameshift drive charging.
this doesn't compare the same profit margins, but it is fun.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
And if you were looking at, say, doing some BGS work or just trying out some game mechanics, it's probably worthwhile. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and find another ship that might be carrying low temperature diamonds, and we will try and do a bit better on the heist. That's unlikely to be a mining ship, and indeed that looks a lot more like a pirate. The Asp Scout, however, that could well be a mining ship. So we look at their configuration, they've got a mining laser. Cool, okay, so they are our target. Unfortunately, the Mamba is after me. So I don't think I'm going to get to jump this Asp Scout. Yeah. Right, so let's try. I think the Mamba's going to spoil the party, so oh well. Just get this interdicted. Hopefully I can't be interdicted while I'm interdicting someone.
Hull integrity compromised.
Right, we are going to assume
Programming limpet drone.
so I want to annoy them. I want them to come and attack me.
Expired. Programming limpet drone.
Good. They're annoyed.
Expired.
Okay, have they got point defense? Losing 2 hatchbreaker limpets like that is unusual.
Programming limpet drone.
There's the Mamba.
Hatchbreaker limpet engaged. Hatchbreaker limpet expired.
They've got low temperature diamonds, but my... Okay. Right, gonna have to deal with the Mamba. Let's get Buford out there.
Commencing fighter deployment. Fighter deployed. I'm here if you need me. Paint the target, Commander. I'm moving in for attack.
Alright. Oh, the Asp Scout will be gone by the time we've dealt with this guy.
Target shields offline.
That is the Asp Scout I'm shooting at. I don't want to shoot at him.
Okay, Commander. Concentrating fire on primary target.
Alright, let's get them scanned. I just wonder what cargo you might be carrying. Yeah, nothing of interest. No, I'm not being the annoying kid. I am being the legitimate businessman seeking to turn a profit. Luckily, the Ash Scout is sticking around.
Target shields offline.
Right, you're pretty much done. Buford, come back on board, please. Don't blow up the Ash Scout.
Automated retrieval.
Right, now you are done.
Programming limpet drone.
Target
Let's get our
destroyed.
collectors out.
Programming limpet drone. Cargo skill deployed. Programming limpet drone.
Switch back to hatch breakers. Target them.
Programming limpet drone. Hatchbreaker limpet expired. Under attack. Programming limpet drone.
Wine is very interesting, true.
Limpet expired.
Okay, I see it. You've got point defense. Let's get my shields back up.
Warning. Temperature critical.
Can I get rid of your point defense? Right. Now for the tricky part. I don't think I've got the angle to get the point defense. Oh! Can I get the point defense? Okay, let's try the hatch breakers.
Programming limpet drone. Cargo system retracted. Hatchbreaker
Okay.
expired.
Ah. Unfortunately, it has to be said that to a certain extent, piracies with the NPCs is just a bit too much of a pain.
Programming limpet drone.
Um,
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone. Collector limpet expired.
do I ever use missiles or torpedoes? No, not really. I have done in the past, but I would use dumbfire missiles for taking out gun emplacements on a surface
Fire is
base
on
and
board,
that.
Commander.
Programming limpet drone.
But I would tend to much prefer plasmas, rails, and burst lasers and multis. Right. There's certainly low temperature diamonds out there. I mean, I have used Seeker missiles in the past and they can be quite effective at taking out certain hard points. So Seeker missiles just then, if I was seeking to take out his point defense, might have been very useful. But unfortunately the point defense would probably take the Seeker missiles out. So yeah, that might not work that well. And torpedoes don't take out hard points, they take out ships. So. Come on, collectors. Off you go. Go get the low temperature diamonds. Right. We'll just park up here for a moment. Yeah, 8 tons of low temperature diamonds, isn't that bad? Okay, I think what we're hearing there is some of the canisters expiring, so it's entirely possible I won't get any more, or even any from these. Oh. Okay, that hadn't changed from 8, so that didn't deliver a canister, it just returned to my ship. So unfortunately that all took too long, and the canisters have expired. Yeah. So if I look here, yeah, there's only the collector limpets out there. There's actually no low temperature diamonds. So unfortunately, we had a perfectly nice scout lined up for a bit of robbery, and the silly Mamba screwed it up.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Right. So there were some other installations. They're a little way out. But not so far out that I couldn't go to them. And along the way we'll see if we find any more miners. Yeah, I mean, given that I've been in this system for an hour almost now, I've got 10 units of stolen goods, which depending on where I sell them might make me as much as 7 million, but that doesn't really compare to the, 70 to 100 million I could have made in an hour mining void opens, so. So, will we get any more ships appearing here? Ships behind us, but I'm not going to turn around to take them. Should take us a couple of minutes to get out to this Clarity hub. Web Captioner definitely comes up with some very funny interpretations of what I'm saying. Fortunately, we're going to be there a lot more than quicker than 10 minutes, so... Okay, so not sure what we're going to find here. I don't think that's a mega ship. I think that's an installation. But we'll take a look and we'll see. There might be some stuff we can steal. There might be some stuff we can hack. Or there might be nothing. There's also the Slow Moon Gardens. Some land stuff up there. Oh, Violet Summit Community Hospital. Alas though, there don't seem to be any miners travelling from the nav beacon out to here, so that's a pity. So I'm just going to there we go. Just going to fire up Inara and find out a good place to sell. So Galaxy commodities. So Polar station. No. No black market. Okay, no black market there, just a bit of course correction. Ooh, Jones Dock in Asgara. Nice and close to the star. Has a black market. Legal price for low temperature diamonds is 957,000 credits a ton, which should put the black market price at something like 700,000. Asgara. I can even get there on a single tank of fuel. Right. Starting to get close to the hub. Although why the orbit lines are flashing like that, I suspect is yet another bug. Oh yeah, I mean, the best thing if you want to make money at the moment is void opals. In the right systems, of which there are a reasonable supply, they'll sell for 1.6 million a ton. So, low temperature diamonds can sell for up to $1 million a ton. Black market gives you a price 75% of what the legal market will pay. Hence around 700,000 credits a ton at Asgara. So those low temperature diamonds, 8 of them, that's 56 I think. Yeah. So 5.6 million. Or thereabouts. Slaves are probably worth about 10,000 credits each on the black market. So they're just a little icing on the top, as it were. It's the low temperature diamonds that you want to... If you want to pirate stuff, you want to pirate low temperature diamonds. Core mining would be the first thing I would learn if you want to make serious money. Piracy isn't going to compare. But if you absolutely detest the idea of mining, but you like the idea of piracy, then this is the kind of piracy you want to do. You come to an anarchy system for preference, so you don't pick up any fines or bounties, and system security won't bother you. You want preferably an agriculture system because they've got very large populations. Agriculture industrial is best. And then you zoom around, and preferably something with rings, so they've got res zones in. And then you can just scoot around in super cruise and look for ships that look like they are miners because they've got refineries of mining lasers. Interdict them, and they're almost certainly going to have low temperature diamonds. But as you saw, it can be tricky actually getting the low temperature diamonds off of them. I'm just going to slow up here because this isn't a gas giant, is it? Oh, it's an icy body. Very atmospheric. So I'm not entirely sure what we're going to be dropping into here. We'll just have to see and see if I can perhaps profit from it. Okay, so that's definitely an installation. Right. So, just need to set up for this. I need to put my data link scanner. Oh. So I just want to keep an eye on what we got. This is a comms installation. Some ships. That's not a miner. Very pretty. So I have to get quite close to use the data link scanner. Looks very, very cool. Still not able to use the data link scanner yet. CQC, so this is obviously from the CQC. Assets. Yeah, gotta fly around this in my ship launched fighter. I could have some serious fun. However, first things first. Now interestingly, I'm in an anarchy system, so the fact I'm carrying illicit cargo should not be a problem. Yet here I'm showing as carrying illicit cargo. So I'm going to have to get really close to use the data link scanner. Alright, I've not any power problems, have I? No. No power problems. I think you normally have to be a couple of 100 meters, which is making this awkward. That's defense turrets just there. So this installation is not without its defenses. Okay, so I need to travel down here if I'm going to get close enough to do a scan. This is a bit frustrating, to be honest. It's not letting me do a data link scan. Let's see if we can find any other targets. No. Okay, site's scanning me.
Scan detected.
Just get away from the installation for a moment.
Hostile
Ooh.
forces in range. Requesting assistance from any nearby pilots. We need help.
Well, I just got fined by these people. So this is a scenario. Defend the installation. Attack the installation.
Welcome to the team. Take out the various power nodes to shut down the installation. And try not to get shot.
Okay. Oh. Right, this is gonna be annoying because I don't think I'm going to be able to get close enough to use a data link scanner. Okay, we're just going to boop off this.
Under attack.
Right.
Frame shift charge detected.
We just lost another ship. Look alive, people.
Warning. Thermal tower gaining heat.
Yeah, I can't get the data link scanner to work. Okay. Let's try taking the ships out. No. I'm out of here. Not unless I can somehow target the power blasters another way.
Stay on my wing. Moving to attack.
Comms installation. Wait a second, where's that? Okay, those are profitable.
Cargo scoop deployed. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
Trinkets of hidden fortune are actually worth a bit. So I'm going to grab them. They might not be worth as much as I'd hoped. Well, no, if I can't target, can't do the data link scan, I can't target the power capacitors. There's very little point in me bothering with this fight.
Retracted. Target shields offline.
And what's worse, I'm actually in a jurisdiction where I can be fined, which defeats the whole purpose of being in an anarchy system. So I think I'm out of here.
Cannot comply.
Because right now I only have a fine. I don't have a bounty. So sorry FDev, but this isn't, that isn't very good.
Comply.
The installation,
Frameshift drive charging.
if it's in an anarchy system, or the megaship if it's in an anarchy system,
3.
should allow you to try this stuff without picking up fires. Right, so let's, there are a few others around here. That comms installation didn't go well because we couldn't get the data link scanner to work. Okay, the Imperium Performance Relay might be one I can consider. Or Slow Moon Gardens. Oh well, this is how we find these things out. So I would definitely suggest, if dropping in on a megaship or an installation, use a data link scanner first before you choose sides in any scenarios. See what's actually possible. So if I had selected the other one and actually defended the place, I could have done quite well against those pirates. Right, so we'll take a look at this one. Let's see if the system map tells me anything about it. And the answer is it does not. Is there anything in here? There's no way to tell who actually controls this installation. I can't tell whether it will be anarchy or not. which is also a bit frustrating. Because unless I want a whole load of legal complications, I am going to have to pay those fines off. Convoy dispersal pattern. Prep for 26 minutes raining. Right, we'll take a look at slow move gardens first. We might well come back to that convoy dispersal pattern. Right. Yeah. Diamondback Explorer. Change of plans. Low temperature diamonds maybe. No, he's too far. No. Problem being, it will take some time to catch them. And they're probably travelling to another part of the system which is tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands light seconds away. And I won't catch them until we get close to the destination. Whereas if I'd been able to grab them here, I could have got this over, try and pirate them very quickly. They got away, unfortunately. Okay, so the same faction as last time. Was I aiming for the wrong thing? Because there's two things. It's very impressive. Agricultural installation. I may have targeted the wrong thing at the comms relay. Bit frustrating if that's the case. Yeah, I did. That's annoying. I went for the orange circle, which must be the centre of mass, and not the one I needed to. Hackable data transmitter, systems defence force, power capacitors, cargo bays, all sorts of things. But I am definitely, because this is legal rather than anarchy as I would expect, it will be difficult. So what I might want to do is wait for a scenario to start, and in the chaos steal some stuff. Problem will be if I get scanned in the meanwhile, I can pick up another multi-100 million, 100,000 credit fine. So, first things first, let us continue our prep. We now scan the target. Oh, wait a sec. It's subsystems, isn't it? There we go. So, if I put a recon limpet into there, it'll hack it. But I've got no heat sinks or other way of there's a lot of system defense walls. Let's back up a bit and let's see if maybe scenario triggers when I do. It does look really impressive. Now, people keep jumping in, but scenarios aren't starting.
Scan detected.
Gotta leave. Probably going to get fined anyway.
Cannot comply. Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Alright. Think I got away in time. Don't think I got fined again. No, I didn't. Okay, well that was a bit disappointing, to be honest. We picked up a convoy dispersal pattern. Okay, let's go find out whether I will potentially get a fine in here. So the whole point of coming to an anarchy system is so I can do stuff without picking up fines. It would appear that there's actually not much point to that. New unidentified signal. Where is this new unidentified signal? No idea. Right, we're going to drop in here, see what's in here. It's nationalists who have fined me, so the citizens of tradition. Imperial naval vessels. Oh boy. And they're anacondas. Let's try scanning them. Okay. Nothing in their cargo. Okay, so these must be the protective ships, which means that is the cargo vessel. Oh. What does that retail for? So hafnium. I don't know. Okay, this is an incredibly bad idea. Oh crap. I wanted to fire a hatch breaker first. Right. Let's try and take him out. Yeah. That's not going to happen. Time to run. But I've got no more fines.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage. Warning, taking heat damage.
Yeah. Yeah, the discretion was the better part of valor there, I'm afraid. Right. Let's go sell up at Escara. This is not turning out to be anywhere near as profitable as I hoped. So I think I'll do a bit of research.
Frameshift drive charging.
Try and find maybe a better system to do this in. This is a good system for trying to pick up the low temperature diamonds, but it gets frustrating because it's just nowhere near the void opals. Rather than getting an entire consignment of 20 or 30 tons of them, you end up getting 2 or 3. It's definitely an area of the game that needs some love and attention, really. Make sure I should be able to get to Escara. Yes, I should.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one.
Right.
Frameshift drive charging.
I'm going to be almost out of fuel when I get to Escara.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Right.
Frameshift drive charging.
So it's a system with low security. So, hopefully, that would be ideal. Let's just check. Black market is there. Right. Just in case I get interdicted. I have report crimes against me off. Good. Right, I need to get into the station quickly, so I do need to try and line up better. So this is going to take a little bit of arranging. Okay. Right. Just starting to line up. Okay, really good. Impressive little ball of rock there. So I want to come this way a bit. That's probably as good as I'm going to get. Again, off to the side. Why?
Delacey, Tango, Hotel, Echo. We are happy to have you, Commander. Please note that all station services are at your disposal.
Right, if I get scanned here,
Cleared for landing on pad 02.
I will pick up another fine. And I really don't want that. Looking good. Other things is a low security system, so they will have factors who I can pay off my fines with. Resolve all those legal issues I caused. Looks like a pirate jumped in behind me. Too slow, I'm now in the station.
Gear deployed.
Right.
Ship is on the ground. Commence power down. Station services are at your disposal.
So I've got fines of 394,000, but I can redeem a little 2 million's worth of bounty vouchers. So we'll pay the fines and we'll come out ahead with the bounties. Then we go to the black market. So the slaves and the low temperature diamonds. So the trickies of hidden fortune, they weren't worth the effort. And the slaves are just a little bit. That's 5.7 million. Simple misunderstandings. I'm not a villain, it was just misunderstood. So I did come out ahead, but to be honest with you, it's definitely a bit more frustrating than other means of making money.
Incoming message.
No idea what that means. Okay, there was no facility for me to do so. Ah, right, I have stolen limpets. Can I sell all my limpets? And I've no longer got anything that's stolen on me. Yeah, but I'd rather get even a little bit of money for them. Is there a materials trader here? No, there is not. Selling the slaves was better than jettisoning them into space. That's the way I look at it. Right. So that pretty much covers what I had planned for trying tonight. So I think I will bring the stream to a close there. What we will do quickly is probably just drop in and see Astacon, I think. Haven't been to see Astacon yet, so that's probably the best bet. Let me just close that. Save and exit that to main menu. Right, so thank you very much for joining. We're just going to go and raid Astacon, who is another Elite Dangerous streamer and very good at that. Actually produces a number of guides for people, which are actually very good. So you might want to look this stuff up. So let's just check if the raid now button is up. Take care, and hopefully see you again soon.